Hello everybody, so it is time for another book haul slash unhaul. I'm going to stop saying what day it is because I feel bad. But first up, got a couple books here to unhaul. As always, these will be going to the school. But we got Period 8 by Chris Crutcher. I'm going to go fast because I only have like 40 minutes. This whole thing, there are a lot of books to haul. So We Disappear by Scott Haim. I'm going to be keeping his other two books. But this one was just not as good as those ones, and so just don't need it around. I got The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins, which was really fun, but again, most of these books, I like all these books that I'm unhauling, most of them anyway, but I just have so many books. Got Crash and Burn by Michael Hassan. Got Infinity by Sherilyn Kenyon. I'm going to be getting rid of this whole series as I come across it, as I'm shelving books, but this is the first in the series. Iscariot by Aurora Dimitri. This is me. If you can see back there, you can't really, but you kind of can right here. That's a hardcover version of it. Now I have a hardcover version, so I don't need my paperback copy. Sphere by Michael Crichton. This little copy of The Drawing of the Three by Stephen King. And Tithe by Holly Black. So these are all the books I'm getting rid of in this kind of stack. But now the books that I got. This is a mix of books that I took from the library that I work at again, some from Amazon, some from eBay, some from Book of the Month, and one from one of my old college friends. Picked up a bunch of Goosebumps and Animorphs books from Facebook Marketplace for me. So first stack, I've got a bunch from the library. I've got How I Live Now by Meg Rozoff, which I was vaguely interested in and was kind of popular a couple years back. I was mostly interested in it because the kid who plays the incesty cousin played Billy on 11/22/63, and I really liked him. Then I've got 12th Grade Kills by Zach Brewer. I read the first like 3 books in the series. The library got rid of the whole series, so I picked up the last 2. So I picked up this. Got Quest and Siren by Angie Sage. This is a series I loved as a kid. I've been kind of collecting all the books in the series now. I think I'm only missing Dark and Physic. So that's good. That's good for me here. You've got The Impossible Knife of Memory by Laurie Halse Anderson. This one looked vaguely interesting. This one I was tempted to just give to the school, but I kind of wanted to read it, so I had to just take it. Had to. And then here's that other Vladimir Todd book. This one is 11th Grade Burns, again by Zach Brewer. And then I got 3 books from Book Outlet. This first one is one I read the first book in the series at the beginning of the summer, and I really loved it. And at that point, I was still doing my book buying ban, so I was really, really upset that I wasn't going to be able to buy the other books in the series. But then I stopped doing my book buying ban, so I bought book 2, and that is The Demon World by Sally Green. This is the second book in the Smoke Thieves the Smoke Thieves series. I loved the first book, Edion is My Child. I also picked up book 3 from Amazon because Book Outlet only had book 2, but I get this one. I am very excited. Loved book 1. I also then, because I think it was one Book Outlet was still doing it's buy 2 get 1 free. I got 2 more books. We got The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kirsten White, which I've been interested in to read for a while. It's very short, should be a very quick read, so that'll be fun. And also I got Enchanté by Gita Trelez. This is a French Revolution book. It's got some magic-y stuff in it. It should be a fun time. Love the French Revolution. Okay, next stack is from Amazon. I've got Last Days by Adam Neville, which is a cult book. I was looking at, I get these digests in my email with a bunch of lists of like horror-y or true crime-y articles, and there was an article that had listed a bunch of cult books, and this one looked the most interesting. This one looked really interesting, so I figured I'd pick it up. And then there's the book 3 in the Burning Kingdom, the Smoke Thieves. This is book 3, The Burning Kingdom. So that's now I have all 3 books, and we just gotta wait for Sally Green to come out with a new series. Then I also in that order picked up Bubblegum by Adam Levine. Jesus. This is like apparently a really weird, futuristic science fiction kind of book. It's very big. I don't think I would have purchased it if it wasn't like 600 pages long, because it just looked fucking weird. It's like there's like little robots and stuff. I don't know, it looked fun. Then I got a lot of really nice looking Dark Tower books off of eBay. I'm forever trying to build a perfect collection of Dark Tower books, so I got rid of that to copy the Drawing the Three because it's too short. But I got a bunch of tall paperbacks. Got Wizard and Glass, which I think I already have this edition, but I didn't buy it for Wizard and Glass. I bought it for all the other books in here. Like Song of Susanna, this gorgeous tall paperback. I only have this book in like the gross little mass market, so I'm very happy about that. As well as the Drawing of the Three, gorgeous tall paperback, and The Wastelands in gorgeous tall paperback. And finally, this is what really sold me on this lot, was the Dark Tower. It's not in super great condition. I mean, if I saw this in hardcover, I would still consider replacing this one, but I am very happy that I have a good big copy of this now and not just the mass market paperback. Right, stack 3, we start off with a couple more from the library. First we got Hallucinations by Oliver Sacks. My little sister read The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat and enjoyed it. This is like, he's a psychologist, I believe, and he talks a lot about stuff that's nonfiction, should be kind of fun. Also picked up Elusive by Emily Lloyd Jones. I've been wanting to read this book for forever. I think when I worked at a library the first time, I checked this copy out a couple times, but I just never read it, and now I can. It's like superhero kind of stuff. It looks really fun. We got Crawl Through It by A.S. King. I like A.S. King. I haven't read very many of her books, actually. I think I've usurped a bunch of them, but I haven't read very many of them, but I don't know what this is about. I rarely know what A.S. King books are about. I just read them. And they're normally pretty good. And then we've got Paint It Black by Janet Fitch, which is like, I believe this is music focused. Oh yes, it is. Josie Tyrell, art model, teen runaway, and denizen of LA's rock scene, finds a chance at real love with art student Michael Faraday. Yeah. Looked fun. Then we've got all the Animorphs and Goosebumps. Like I said, one of my friends from college, she lives in a town that's bigger than mine, and she said like, hey, there's this lady selling these on Facebook Marketplace, want me to pick them up for you? I'm gonna be in your town on the 5th, and I was like, yes. So I did have to chuck 2 of them due to like excessive water damage. Like, they were soaking wet, and like if I had let them sit for like a week and they were still soaking wet, so I just tossed them, which breaks my heart. But I've got The Encounter, The Welcome to Camp Nightmare. I almost said The Horror at Camp New Woods, but that's my book. The Reunion, The Experiment. Some of these Animorphs, and some of these I might already have, but I'm collecting, and so I try to get everything I can. Ghost Beach, just in case of like, maybe there's like a better edition even out there, or I don't remember all the time. The Stranger, got Rachel turned into a bear. That's her classic morph. Deep Trouble, Night of the Living Dummy. I spent some time in the children's department yesterday. I was looking at those Goosebumps movies. The Change, not like the ones with Jack Black, but like the TV show episodes. The Escape, The Underground. When I was little, I only used to read the Marco books of these. The Reaction, because he was funny. He was my favorite character. The Invasion, which is book 1, which I know I have. The Android. The Alien, which I had as a kid, but I don't think I have anymore. I think it kind of fell apart, so that was really fun. That's really fun. I've got a whole nother full stack of those, so prepare yourself. We've got The Forgotten, The Capture, The Message. God, I hate Cassie. Cassie's the worst. The Secret, Conspiracy. The Warning, which I'm so sad that this one is so beat up because I love it. I love Jake turning into a rhinoceros. Okay. The Extreme. The Attack. The Hidden. The Proposal. The Revelation. The Separation, which is the classic starfish cover, so that's super fun. The Prophecy. The Unexpected. The Illusion. The Pretender. The Other. The Sickness. The Suspicion. The Exposed. We love to see it. Oh my god. The Visitor. This one's kind of damp too, but it's just damp, not soaking wet. So, okay. The Solution. The Arrival. And finally, last of the Animorphs / Goosebumps, The Threat. So, that was very nice of her. Then I've got a couple of lots of books from eBay, and then my Book of the Month books, and that should be all. I went through this much faster than I thought it would, so I've got time to spare. Okay. We've got Melissa by Taylor Caldwell. This was the first one. Lot was like, I don't know. I kind of mixed up two of them. There's some young adult, and then there's like one of just like kind of weird, creepy books. Speaking of weird and creepy, Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews. I have a hardcover of this book, so once I read it, it'll probably just go straight to the school, but it'll be fun to take a reread. All the Rivers Run by Nancy Cato, which does have an HBO show or movie. I'm assuming a movie. Oh no, she dated her cousin. Ah, shit. We've got a bunch of like more modern, or not modern, I'd say mid-2010s, mid-2010s young adult books. Got The Program by Suzanne Young, which I own and is in the book wall already, but it's chill. We've got H2O by Virginia Bergen, which is, I believe, like when the rain turns bad, like poisonous. We've got Independent Study by Joelle Charbonneau. I read, this whole series is in here. I read the whole series when I was a teenager, so I guess we'll be rereading them. I got the sequel to H2O, which is The Storm, but also by Virginia Bergen. What I like about these books is that they've got fun little cutouts there. That's kind of fun. We've got The New Order by Chris White. This is the sequel to The Young World, which is also in here. I actually read The Young World when I was a teenager, and it wasn't very good, but I guess we get to reread that and also read the sequel now. We've got Graduation Day by Joelle Charbonneau, which is book 3 in the testing series, and then The Testing, which is book 1. And of course there is The Young World. One more stack here. We've got the finishing up of that, the lot with like the V.C. Andrews book in it. We've got Ghost Mansion by Jan Williamson, The House with Nobody in It, which looks kind of fun. Fatal Vision by Joe McGinnis, which has an NBC series. That's fun. Oh boy. Oh, is this a true crime book? This is a true crime book, I'm pretty sure. That's pretty fun. And Mystery Ride by Robert Boswell, which has been chewed on by something. Then I got a lot of Richard Lehman books. And I wasn't really very excited about these until I started reading the backs of them, because I started reading the backs of them and it was like, holy shit, these books sound insane. They're horror novels. So I got about 7 of them. I got Bite, which has vampire stuff. Blood Games. I wish that these had like fun taglines, but they don't, and I don't want to read out loud the back because they're too long, but they all sound really fun. The Cellar, Savage, which is a Jack the Ripper one, which sounds kind of interesting. Cuts. The Museum of Horrors, which is a bunch of stories by a bunch of people, not just Richard Blayman. It's also got some Peter Straub, Joyce Carol Oates. I read the back, and those are the only other two that I recognize, but I have read from both of them. And finally, The Woods Are Dark, which was apparently, this is the restored and uncut version, so it's got 50 pages in it that some other editions don't. And then I got my Book of the Month books. First up, I got 2 add-ons, as I normally do, unless I am kidding myself and pretending I have a book buying ban. I got Prep by Curtis Sittenfeld. This is one that I've seen floating around for a long time. I believe it came out in like the early 2000s or something, 2005. So been interested in this one for a while. We also picked up Survive the Night by Riley Sager. It takes place in 1991, has some serial killer vibes, looks fun. And my pick for July was Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby, which is about 2 ex-cons going on a mission to kind of avenge their dead sons' lives. So that should be kind of fun. So those are all my books that I hauled/unhauled. That is all for today. I will talk to you later, and goodbye.